All right. So here is an overview of our law. The first biggest part of it is that how the law affects single-use carry-out bags. Beginning May 4th, 2022, the law prohibits all stores, including retail stores, food service businesses, and grocery stores from selling to or providing customers with single-use plastic carry-out bags. And a single-use plastic carry-out bag is a carry-out bag made out of plastic that is not a reusable carry-out bag as defined by the law. We will go over the definition of a reusable carry-out bag in a little bit. So just hang tight for that. In addition, grocery stores larger than 2,500 square feet may not provide or sell single-use paper carry-out bags, and instead may provide or sell only reusable carry-out bags. A single-use paper carry-out bag is a carry-out bag made of paper that is not a reusable carry-out bag as defined in the law. So just to review, paper bags are in fact being restricted, but only for grocery stores and grocery stores larger than 2,500 square feet. Again, this law applies to stores, food service businesses, and grocery stores. Here's the definition of those terms in the law, just for extra context. A grocery store is a self-service retail establishment that occupies at least 2,500 square feet and sells household foodstuffs for off-site consumption. It does not include an establishment that handles only prepackaged food that does not require time or temperature controls for safety. A store is a grocery store, convenience store, liquor store, pharmacy or drugstore, or other retail establishment. And a food service business sells or provides food for consumption on or off the premises, including establishments such as restaurants, cafes, delicatessen, coffee shop, convenience store, grocery store, vending truck or cart, food truck, movie theater, or business, or any institutional cafeteria, including those operated by a governmental entity. So here's the definition of a reusable carryout bag. A reusable carryout bag must be made of polypropylene fabric, PET nonwoven fabric, nylon cloth, hemp product, or any other washable fabric. So it does have to be made out of fabric, and it needs stitched handles. This can be traditional or ultrasonic stitching, but adhesive handles do not qualify. And it must be designed and manufactured for multiple reuse, a minimum of 125 uses. So a reusable carryout bag must meet each part of this definition to be considered reusable under this law. There are a few exemptions that do not qualify as carryout bags that this law does not affect. And that includes bags used solely to contain or wrap uncooked meat, fish, or poultry. Package loose items such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, coffee, grains, baked good, candy, greeting cards, flowers, bulk foods, or small hardware items. So this is like a produce bag. A bag used solely to contain live animals, such as fish or insects sold at a pet store. A bag used solely to contain food sliced or prepared to order, including soup or hot food, which means, those bags that are at deli counters for sliced meats and cheeses. They're those wide rotisserie chicken bags that are only really used for those chickens. And just, very specific types of bag. This also includes laundry, dry cleaning, or garment bags, a bag provided by a pharmacy to carry prescription drugs, a bag for newspapers, and any similar bag as determined by the department pursuant to rule, regulation, or guidance. This law also covers polystyrene foam food service products. Beginning May 4th, 2022, the law prohibits all persons and food service businesses from selling or offering for sale any polystyrene foam food service product, and prohibits all food service businesses from selling or providing any food served in a polystyrene foam food service product. And the definition of a polystyrene foam food service product is defined as a product made in whole or in part of polystyrene foam that is used for selling or providing a food or beverage, and includes, but is not limited to, a food container, plate, hot or cold beverage cup, meat or vegetable tray, cutlery, or egg carton. There are a few exemptions to these products that are for 2 years and 2 years only until May 4th, 2024. These exemptions include a disposable long-handled polystyrene foam soda spoon when required and used for thick drinks, portion cups of 2 ounces or less if used for hot foods requiring lids, meat and fish trays for raw or butchered meat, including poultry or fish that is sold from a refrigerator or similar retail appliance, any food prepackaged by the manufacturer with a polystyrene foam food service product. This is something like those ramen noodle cups, but there are other products like that. And any other polystyrene foam food service product as determined necessary by the DEP. And regarding these exemptions, the DEP may extend any of them for additional periods not to exceed 1 year. These extensions will only be considered upon receipt of written documentation that there is no cost-effective and readily available alternative for them, and any extended exemptions will automatically expire after 1 year, but the DEP may extend any such exemptions beyond 1 year upon receipt of further documentation. There is a waiver provision for polystyrene foam food products. And a waiver may be requested for a polystyrene foam food service product or a food served in a polystyrene foam food service product for a period not to exceed 1 year upon a determination that one or the following situations are met. There is no feasible and commercially available alternative for a specific foam product, and the person or business has less than $500,000 in gross annual income, and there is no reasonably affordable, commercially available alternative to the foam product. These waivers must be approved in writing by the DEP. The waivers may be extended by the DEP for periods not to exceed 1 year upon written documentation submitted on the forms prescribed by the DEP. And waivers are different than exemptions. Waivers can be requested for any polystyrene foam food service product or food in a polystyrene foam food service product if the criteria apply. And down there you will see a link to where the waiver can be found. I will go over this link again later in the slide, and I can send this link to anyone who needs it, but they're embedded in the slides and you'll get the slides, so you can easily click from there. There is also a single-use plastic straw provision in this law. Beginning November 4th, 2021, so this date has already passed, food service businesses shall only provide a single-use plastic straw to a customer upon request by the customer. Food service businesses are required to keep an adequate supply of single-use plastic straws, and stores may continue to sell packages of single-use plastic straws and provide or sell a beverage prepackaged by the manufacturer with the single-use plastic straw, such as a juice box. Again, this is not a ban or restriction on them. On plastic straws, they are just by request only. If there were any previous laws, this new law supersedes and preempts all municipal and county rules, regulations, codes, or ordinances concerning the regulation or prohibition of single-use plastic or paper carryout bags, polystyrene foam food service products, and single-use plastic straws. every store or entity in New Jersey that is subject to the statewide law must comply with its requirements regardless of where the store is located. Here's a timeline. This timeline is also on our website for reference, but these are just the important dates that are outlined in the law. The closest one coming up, of course, is May 4th, 2022, and that is when single-use plastic bags are going to be restricted, as well as paper bags, and polystyrene foam food service products will also be restricted. This is a chart of businesses that are impacted and what parts of the law they are impacted by. This chart, again, is on our website for anyone to review whenever they so choose. So yeah, you can use this whenever you need. This is a continued list of those businesses. And there is some enforcement information in our law. The Department of Environmental Protection, municipalities, and any entity certified by the County Environmental Health Act have the authority to enforce the single-use plastic and paper carry-out bag and polystyrene foam food service product provisions under the law. And when as it applies to straws, the Department of Health enforces the plastic straw provision of the law. So it's split up a little bit. The penalties for noncompliance, according as written in the law, is that a person or entity that violates the law will be warned for a first offense. They will be fined up to $1,000 per day for the second offense, and fined up to $5,000 per day for the third and subsequent offenses. And violations of a continuing nature constitute an additional, separate, and distinct offense for each day it is deemed a violation. I have a few frequently asked questions. We have a list of a lot more on our website, but here are some that come up a lot. Do reusable carryout bags need to be made with a minimum recycled content to be allowable? No, there is no minimum recycled requirement for reusable bags or any product in this law, but of course we encourage the use of recycled content. We want to be as environmentally friendly as possible. Can the public use their own bags at the store that don't qualify as reusable carryout bags under the law? Yes. So any consumer can bring whatever bag they want to the store if they want to continue using paper or plastic. As long as they bring their own, they can use whatever they want. The definition for reusable carryout bag only applies to the bags that stores and businesses are allowed to provide or sell to customers. Can I still buy packages of paper bags and lawn bags at the store? So yes, the law does not prohibit the sale of packages of paper bags and lawn bags from all stores and grocery stores. Are garbage bags included as part of the single-use bag ban? No. Single-use carry-out bags are included in this portion of the law, and trash bags are allowable to purchase in stores. So trash bags are not carry-out bags, so they are not affected. And where can a business find assistance? In the NJBAC, which is hosting this webinar, will post updates on the law on their business.nj.gov website, and they have a live chat function. Ask our New Jersey business experts. It is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You just go to their link and it'll show up. So for this information, a lot of the information I went over, you can go to our website. It is over here at nj.gov/DEP/getpastplastic. Again, our FAQs, the full legislation, a timeline, establishments and applicable provisions with the businesses that I showed earlier, those are all available for reference whenever you need. That's also where our waiver form is. And we also have a flyer. Our email for this law is singleuseplastics@dep.nj.gov. This email is where if you email this email, it pretty much goes directly to me, and I will be able to answer your questions if you think of them later. If you have someone that wants to ask more, you can provide them with this email, and I will share as much information as I can. Again, the Business Action Center has their live chat. And if you go to business.nj.gov/bags/plastic ban law, there is more information on what they do for the ban, as well as a vendor clearinghouse with a list of self-certified reusable carryout bags. So if you want to purchase them, it is a great resource to delve into. And New Jersey Clean Communities, who is going to go next, has more information on their website, njclean.org and bagupnj.com. Before I turn it over to Joanne, if anyone has any questions about the law, you can pop it in the chat and I will be able to answer. I see a question here. Can we have a sign up with that info? That is a great question for New Jersey Clean Communities. They have a lot of resources available. But I'm seeing no questions about the law. So I'm going to pass it over to Joanne, but I will be in the chat.
Thank you, Julia, and good morning, everybody. Sorry for the little bit of a hiccup we had this morning. And I don't see the chat. So if there's certain things that I need to address, Julia, you may need to be my go-between.
I'll be your interpreter.
See, this is what I was afraid of. I don't have my PowerPoint to share. So let's figure out why that is. I don't know.
If you need me to pull anything up,
unfortunately, my PowerPoint isn't here and I can't. All right, let's get out of that. We're going to try, but it's not here.
It's just one of those days.
Yes, it is. And I'm not quite sure what to do about that.
No, there we go.
Is it there?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So here, we're going to try it. Thank you all for your patience. I'm just going to get into this and hopefully we'll work out the kinks as we go. So good morning. My name is Joanne Jumenden. I'm the Executive Director of the New Jersey Clean Communities Council. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, what is the Clean Communities Council? So I'm going to give you a 60-second rundown of what we do and who we are. We're a statewide nonprofit litter abatement organization. And we actually work with every county and every municipality in New Jersey because there is a tax on 15 litter generating items. And every time something is sold or bought in New Jersey, there's a tax on that and it all goes into a fund. And every year we take all of those taxes that are collected and we give them back out to the counties and the towns in New Jersey. And they all have to use that money for programs related to litter cleanup, litter education, and litter enforcement. We modified our grant guidelines in 2021 to allow those grant funds to be used on Bag Up NJ outreach and education, as well as the purchase of reusable bags. That's why it's important to sort of give you a background of the program as a whole. These are the different 15 categories of litter generating items. So every time any of these items are sold in New Jersey, it contributes to the New Jersey Clean Communities Fund. We also run the Adopt a Highway and Adopt a Beach program. So if anybody would like to volunteer to adopt a highway or to clean up a beach anywhere in New Jersey, please feel free to reach out to me and we can help you do that. Why are we here today? We're here to talk about New Jersey's single-use plastic law. The main focus, believe it or not, is to prevent litter. And that's why New Jersey Clean Communities is involved in this initiative, along with the New Jersey Business Action Center, as well as the NJDEP. Our role is to provide education and outreach to the businesses and the residents of New Jersey. And we have a 3-year commitment to this program under the law. We're getting an additional $500,000 to develop a statewide education and outreach program to partner with various stakeholders, trade organizations, businesses, and obviously chambers throughout New Jersey, and as well as our government agencies and our SIDS and our BIDs. And hopefully you have all, read a lot about New Jersey's plastic bag law and the polystyrene food container program. That is part of our initiative, and we're doing some paid advertising, a lot of newsletters, PSAs, and we're going to go through all the specifics real quick. Most importantly, we're here to develop our statewide campaign and share the branding that we've created under this initiative. So we have 2 main campaigns. One is bagupnj.com, and I'm really hoping that everyone has seen this somewhere in New Jersey. The goal is to make this a statewide campaign. So whether you're coming in on the Cape May Ferry, or you're driving over the Delaware Bridge, or going into Sussex County, from any which way, shape, or form, you're going to see the Bag Up NJ campaign, because it's supposed to be, universal throughout New Jersey. We also have the Skip the Straw campaign. Plastic straws are not banned, but we certainly are trying to encourage folks to just skip the straw altogether if they don't need it. So this is our website, Bag Up NJ. If you learn nothing else from me today, take away bagupnj.com. Why? Because this is the main stopping point for everything you're going to need. Our downloads page right here serves as a toolkit. And I'm just going to go through some of the things that are available real quick. We have a ton of free graphic downloads, which include web banners, sandwich board signs, flyers, billboards, tent cards, shopping list artwork, and video and radio PSAs. So I'm just going to breeze through these real quick, but I certainly encourage you to go back at some point to bagupnj.com and see what works for you. So we mentioned social media posts, and not only do we have them in English and Spanish, but we have a couple different varieties available in seven different languages, as you see here. We also have developed some sandwich board signs, and these are great for government agencies. If you're having an outdoor event, you certainly don't want to litter and provide a lot of flyers for outdoor use, because they tend to fly around and litter the environment. So we created what we think is a pretty great sandwich board sign. The artwork is available, like I said, on bagupnj.com for 2-foot by 3-foot signs. I use them all the time. And like I said, these are good for an event. They're also good to just put along Main Street or around Ocean Avenue. I think you're down in Cape May. We also developed a shopping list. We got a lot of feedback from stores and a lot of people that said, oh, I have plenty of bags, I always forget them. So we're trying to come up with unique ways to remind folks to bring their bags with them when they go shopping. We have a lot of videos that are available on our website. The first video that we launched under this program stars the DEP Commissioner Sean LaTourette, who actually was bagging up groceries at one of our grocery stores last year. So if you haven't seen that, I really encourage you to go here and look at it. The New Jersey Business Action Center has 2 great videos. If you're obviously a business and you want to share this on your Chamber of Commerce website, they're 5-minute videos that just tell you how to comply and who's covered by the law. We have 8 different Bag Up NJ radio PSAs, as well as a radio PSA from the New Jersey Food Council. So these are all available. They're 15-second and 30-second PSAs. Some are specific to grocery stores, and some are just general in nature. Depending on where you're going to play them will depend on which one you choose. I'm going to actually share one of them with you in a minute. We also came up with some folding business cards and tent cards. These are great to hand out if you're trying to do education. They're also great if you have a business or a food establishment and you want to put these on the table so folks know why they're not getting a bag, or maybe not why they're not getting a plastic straw. And it also has a QR code that goes directly to the DEP website. So these are fantastic. You may see some billboards out there. I mentioned earlier that we give out grant money to every county and every town. Last year, we gave out just under $21 million. So we're really encouraging our partners at the local government level to spend their money to do some outreach. And that outreach looks a little bit different depending on where you go. This is a billboard that was done by Hunterdon County. So if you're driving down by the Flemington Circle, you're going to see this billboard. We've also had some towns do skip the straw billboards, so you may see them out there. We also have a myriad of shopping lists available. I mentioned before that we developed this artwork, but we expanded it, and now it's available in 6 different languages, once again, on bagupnj.com. And we're obviously doing a lot of other outreach because that's our mission, at least for the next 3 years. So I just want to review with you some of the things that we're working on, especially as we get closer to the May 4th launch. We just developed a Bag Up NJ newsletter. It just went to the printers on Friday, and it should be going out sometime in the next week. And this is going out to every mayor and every legislator in New Jersey, as well as our Clean Communities coordinators. And this will also be given out at 4 upcoming conferences that we are exhibiting at. And the next one will be, I think it's actually next week, the Chamber of Commerce conference in Atlantic City. And we will also be participating in the Solid Waste Conference, the New Jersey Association of Counties, and the New Jersey Conference of Mayors. We also have a reusable bag giveaway program, but rather than just have any old bags, we decided to make this promote tourism in New Jersey. So we are highlighting on every bag, we have a theme. These are the first 2 bags we developed, obviously boardwalk theme and a waterfall theme that has some iconic locations in New Jersey. And then the next 2 bags that we just got in on Friday of last week are wildlife themes and our waterfront themes, which obviously, and you know these locations, but it's certainly, if you haven't been there, it's going to encourage folks to come. We obviously will be promoting every county in New Jersey, and Cape May has a lot of things to choose from. So I'm excited for that bag, which is coming soon. We're doing some unique outreach for this program. We just launched back on March 1st a campaign at the Motor Vehicle Commission. So if you go to motor vehicles, you should be able to see this campaign. I'm going to try to show it and hope that it works. I hope everyone can see it. There we go. Like I said, that's playing at the 7 busiest motor vehicle agencies in New Jersey, but we are certainly encouraging counties and municipalities that may have a motor vehicle agency to take this campaign and use their own grant money to continue the effort. We're also doing some New Jersey Transit outreach. So there's about 100 buses in New Jersey that have this messaging on the outside, on the inside, and this is going to run through June. And we have a campaign with New Jersey Advanced Media, which is NJ.com and the Google network, once again, in multiple languages. So depending on where this is launched will depend on what language it's in. Talked about the radio PSAs. I'll share with you a real quick 15-second one. This is the voice of the New York subway and the voice of Newark Airport. So we're happy to have Bernie as the voice of NJ.com as well. Oh, I didn't do that correctly. Let's try it again.
Hey, New Jersey! Starting May 4th, New Jersey law will prohibit grocery stores from providing both single-use plastic and paper bags at the register as part of a sweeping new law to prevent litter. Don't wait. Start bringing your own bags now.
Okay, so I'm going to skip the 30-second one because I know we're running a little late. We have two different video PSAs, one with audio and one without audio with subtitles. So if you want to bear with me, this is about 45 seconds. So I'm going to share this, and this is available on our website. So if you have any place you'd like to share messaging, I encourage you to do so.
Get in the habit now of bringing your own reusable bags with you when you go to the store. Beginning May 4th, New Jersey law will prohibit all grocery and retail stores and food establishments from providing single-use plastic carryout bags. Grocery stores equal to or larger than 2,500 square feet are also forbidden from using single-use carryout bags. Instead, you'll need to bring your own bags with you. New Jersey is eliminating single-use carryout bags to prevent litter and protect our environment, our water, our land, and our wildlife. Our state is moving towards a better, more sustainable future. New Jersey's plastic and paper bag ban starts May 4th, 2022. Do your part and bag up, New Jersey. Get in the...
Okay, so that was it. I hope you liked it. We're also working with Tap Into. So we will be sponsoring now in New Jersey on all 187 Tap Into sites. So this is the campaign. I won't bore you with it, but there's a 30-second video that will be posted on there every day for the next 6 months.
Hey, New Jersey.
I almost bored you with it. We're also working with our legislators throughout New Jersey to do some bag promotions. The legislators, the Senate and the Assembly passed this law, and they're very engaged to make sure that residents of New Jersey know about it. This was an event we did at a grocery store a week or so ago with Speaker Coughlin and Senator Vitale and Assemblywoman Lopez. And we provided bags and we provided information in English and Spanish. And I was actually really surprised at how many people knew the ban was coming. So if you want to do a program in your area, whether it's with us or our local coordinator from Cape May, that would be fantastic. We also have a business partnership program. In the beginning, before we got our grant money in place, we were trying to partner with businesses, and we've really expanded that program to not just businesses, but government entities. Once they saw those unique bags we were putting together, they wanted one to highlight their specific town or county. So if you have money and you want to do a sustainability program, but maybe you don't have the staff or the wherewithal to put an event together, the New Jersey Clean Communities Council is more than willing to help you get that program underway. So reach out to me. And here's just some upcoming events. Some of these I talked about already. Litter cleanup this Saturday. The Clean Ocean Action is hosting 70 different locations throughout New Jersey to do a litter cleanup. If you want to participate, I'm sure some of them are down in Cape May. Here's a couple of conferences we are working on. I will also be at the Atlantic County Earth Day event on April 24th, which is Sunday down in Egg Harbor. We're doing a Bag Up NJ night at the Somerset Patriots Stadium. And then we have we're also hopefully working on the New Jersey Festival of Balloons. We're just trying to find a bag sponsor for that. And lastly, we are preparing for our annual conference, which is May 26th, and it's Gateway to a Litter-Free New Jersey. I know how important that is to everybody, but especially Cape May, as you are the biggest tourism place in New Jersey, and that's where I am actually going on vacation in June. So this is me. This is how to contact me. And I hope you learned a little bit of something today.
All right. If no one has any further questions, you're welcome. As a Crab House seafood restaurant, I'm particularly interested in to-go crabs. They cannot go in paper. Not sure what this question is asking. There are exemptions in the law for live animals that can include crabs. There's also can use for raw fish. You can use a bag that can contain raw fish. There are other options that you can use that, as long as they are not carry-out bags used to transport groceries. You can definitely look into those. Do you have any example of any alternatives to polystyrene takeout containers that already exist on the market? Yes, there are paper ones. There's aluminum ones. Pretty much anything that is not polystyrene foam is allowable. The polystyrene plastic, the hard plastic, is still allowable. That's a question we get a lot, but the law only applies to foam. What would fit 24 steamed crabs? I am personally not sure. There are options that you can look into. That is an excellent question. I'm not a huge crab buyer.
I'll jump in here, Julia, because I know the New Jersey Business Action Center, when we were on a previous call, and there's a reason why the vendor clearinghouse doesn't directly, give you information on alternatives to polystyrene foam food containers, because when you Google it, it comes up with 536,000 alternatives. So, we're not here, I don't think, to recommend one specific product, just the fact that, you cannot use polystyrene foam food containers as of May 4th.
Thank you for that. Is there a plan in place to collect and hopefully recycle the inventory of plastic bags that stores now have and can no longer use? There are, again, more options. There are recyclers that can collect these. You would have to look into your local counties or municipalities to see what you can do and where those sites are. I'm not sure where they all are in the state, but you can also donate them to senior centers. Customers can still use single-use plastic bags. Stores just can't sell or provide them. So you can donate them to senior centers, or you could there's an extension for food pantries for 6 months, and they can continue to use single-use plastic bags for 6 more months. So they probably would also accept donations of single-use plastic bags.
And I can tell you that I was on a webinar yesterday with the New Jersey Food Council members, and that was the direction that they were given for any leftover plastic and paper bags come May 4th to consider donating them to food pantries.
Regarding alternatives to polystyrene containers, I now know what can be used. Are there any companies that you are aware of in Cape May County or otherwise that produce these alternatives? Thank you. So as a state department, I can't recommend any specific companies or endorse any specific products. That's a little out of my hands. But I'm sure they're out there, and I'm sure they're just waiting to sell you wonderful products. Yep, you're welcome. No problem. Is a food pantry exemption listed anywhere on the DEP website? Not that I know of. It just passed, I think, last week. So it's very recent. If you would like information on it, I can direct you to the legislative website. Give me a moment. I have a
Yeah, I can send that to you, Charlotte. And just so you know, they're not exempt. They just have 6 months until they have to comply. It's not a permanent exemption. But they have through November 4th of 2022 to continue to use plastic bags, but they can continue to use paper bags even beyond that date.
All right.
Okay, are we good?
I think so. Doesn't
Okay.
seem to be any more questions. Again, any more questions you guys think of, you can email me, singleUsePlastics@dep.nj.gov. And I will send these slides out my slides out for anyone to see.
Me as well. And I'll just leave you with bagupnj.com. Pretty much everything I said is available on there. And I apologize again for a little glitch this morning. So have a happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.